Good afternoon and welcome to today's webinar, everyone. My name is Carey Kurtz and I am the Coordinator of Business Development at ASTA, and I will also be the organizer for today's presentation, Chauffeured Transportation, the secret ingredient to a perfect travel experience. We are happy to welcome today's presenter, Mr. Tim Gregory, Director of Travel Industry Sales for Carey International. Tim is a seasoned leader at Carey International with 12 years of experience managing critical, executive, and luxury transportation accounts and overseeing many of Carey's most meaningful transportation partnerships. Before we get started, I'd like to point out a few important features on your screen that will allow you to interact with us via the web today. We'll be answering your questions at the end of this presentation. To ask a question, you'll be using your GoToWebinar pane. Near the bottom of this pane, there's an area that says questions. If you click the arrow next to where it says questions, it will open up a window pane, and this is what you'll be using to communicate with me today. If you are having trouble hearing the presentation, please make sure that your speakers are turned on. If this does not rectify the problem and you've dialed in, please try hanging up and dialing back in again. You can send me any technical questions via this questions pane, and I will try to answer them via the same pane to my best ability. Also in this pane, there is an area labeled Handouts. Here is where you can find a downloadable PDF copy of today's presentation. Please be sure to download this PDF, which includes contact information, before the webinar is ended, as it will be the only time that this is accessible. Please also note that all audience members are muted. We certainly want to hear from all of you, but we want to make sure that everyone is able to hear the whole presentation, and background noise would prove to be prohibitive. Lastly, remember, two of today's lucky webinar attendees will be prize winners. We'll be giving away a $100 Visa gift card from ASTA, while another attendee will also win a $200 Carey gift certificate from our partners. All registered attendees will be automatically eligible, but you must be on this presentation from beginning to end to win. We'll be announcing them live after our Q&A session. Finally, remember that this webinar is being recorded and will be available for your on-demand viewing pleasure by the end of the week. Now, without further ado, it is my pleasure to introduce Tim.
Cara, thank you very much. Thank you for giving us this opportunity, and thank you personally for setting this up. And thank each of you for participating. We certainly appreciate this support. I'd like to kick off with this. We do, for those that don't know, we do chauffeured ground transportation on a worldwide basis, and I'll certainly get more into that. But I like getting you thinking with this slide. It's, think of where your client is going. Think beyond your home city. Have you taken care of all their needs, all their chauffeured ground transportation needs? And again, not only their home airport, or from their home to their home airport, but where is the client going? Connect each and every point on an itinerary. So a little brief overview. I'm going to be talking about two distinct brands. We've got Carey and Embark. Carey is our worldwide product. So Carey, you will find Carey is a network of corporate-owned and franchise locations. We're in over 1,000 cities. We are a network, like I said, of corporate-owned and franchise locations. That's what really differentiates us from all the others. I may repeat that through the presentation, so be patient, but that's really what differentiates us from all the other brokers that are stand out there. We can set global standards. We've got the unparalleled safety measures. We've got the professional chauffeurs and some of the things that we're doing internally to serve both you and your client better. Another note on the, our Carey service, our goal is to get you a safe, reliable, and professional service, chauffeured ground transportation, wherever your clients are traveling. And again, just to reiterate, it's over 1,000 cities now that we've grown to. A couple of things that on the Carey side, we've got the extended fleet, so we are worldwide, and we've got the extended fleet, and I've got a fleet guide that I'll share with you later. Some of the things we're doing internally is in our specialized logistics management services, we've dedicated desks. So we've got a dedicated desk. If you're working with any groups, we've got a meetings and events desk. If any of your clients are flying private aviation, we've got a dedicated private aviation desk, as well as international desk. The international desk is for any clients that you've got that are traveling internationally. Maybe they have questions specific to a country. The agents on this desk are tasked with the responsibility of knowing different rules and regulations from country to country. So if you or your client has a specific question for a country and they don't know, our agents don't know, they're to find out and get back to you. So they're much more than just order takers. If you've got the itinerary all set and there's no questions, either way, you can go right to our international desk and take advantage of that. So I urge you to take advantage of that. Another service that we offer, another brand that we offer is Embark. Now, Embark is not worldwide. Embark is in 20 of our major markets. It's in London internationally, and it's in 19 domestic major cities here in the U.S. This is a more cost-affordable option. It is sedan-sized cars only. So if you've got an individual or a couple that just need a transfer, it's a more cost-affordable option for them. What we do, say, my example is always when they're arriving at an airport, if they're flying in, we track their flights. As they land, we text them a message saying we're outside lower level door number 2, number 3, number 4, whatever it be. They get the things together and they come right out and it's curbside pickup and they're on the way. We compare it with the price of cab fare. It is a flat fee and it is commissionable to you. We still vet and background check our drivers on this program. So know that we do compare it, when I say it's more cost affordable, to the price of cab fare, but it's commissionable. It's also commissionable to you, the arranger. A couple stats about us. I like this slide just because with the worldwide, it does reiterate that we are worldwide, and the system that we have, most all of our transactions go through a Carey or Embark branded location. So you know that we set controls and then we follow up and we can provide the same service. Ideally, what we want to do is provide the same service to your client that they would get in LA or Paris or New York or London. With our network, we can set, when we talk about duty of care, we can set our operational standards and then follow up on them as well. So we set for all, we've got the operational standard manual, we set here's the level of service you've got to provide. If they don't, in some cases, we've gone in and pulled a service provider. But ideally, and I will repeat it, we want your client to get the same level of service, whether it's LA or Paris or whether it's New York or London. And in the chauffeured ground transportation industry, you've got to know who you're working with. If you don't, with our case, with the network that we have, we've got control of all the touch points. So what that means for you is that, when you make the reservation, we know who makes it, who are on our side takes it, who dispatches it, what vehicle was used, what chauffeur was used. So if you come to me after the fact with a customer service issue or a commission inquiry, I can get you some resolution. Just a little bit of I like to include this slide just because it does, the chauffeur becomes the face of the company at the time that your client is using us. So some of all of our chauffeurs are professionals. They are not part-timers. They're all background checked. We do a driving, drug, criminal background check. We certify, train, we insure all of our chauffeurs. So our chauffeurs, like I said, are the face of the company when your client is using us, and we appreciate that. But know that they are all drug and alcohol checked, the criminal background check, performance metrics, even customer service measurements. So whether you're doing it for an individual or a group, a meeting or event, we make sure that the chauffeur that shows up is going to be a professional when they're in front of your client. Snapshot of our fleet guide. I always like to share this because we do have the extended fleet. A lot of times we are kind of pigeonholed into that. Well, you do sedan transfers, and we do. But know that regardless whether it's an individual or any size group, we can take care of any chauffeured ground transportation that you or your clients have. So I like to carry my fleet guide all. I've got stories of arrangers, advisors that I didn't even think that you had that size vehicle. So know that whether it's an individual or any size group, we can take care of any chauffeured ground transportation needs that you have. I like this slide as well. It jumps out that we've got the insurance coverages, the 20 million blanket coverage. So we are full disclosure. We are fully insured. We can provide you. We've definitely provided ASTA with a certificate of insurance. We can supply individual offices with it as well. It gives you the peace of mind that you know that working with us, that not only your clients, but you are covered if something happens in one of our vehicles. Insurance is not a regulated commodity in the industry, so be very careful who you're working with. Some of the service offerings, what we call service offerings, think of us for any airport transfers, cruise port transfers, train station transfers, hotel transfers. Real popular this year is as-directed services, and I've got some more detail on that. Whether you've got clients that are going sightseeing, they just want to look at some new places when they're in a new town, vineyards. We've got our own wine tour program. I'll touch on that a little bit later, but as-directed services has been very popular this year. As well as internally, I touched on some of the things that we've done inside our res center, dedicated meetings and events desk, and I've got more information on that, the private aviation desk and the international desk. Very popular. Again, we designed it to better serve both you and your clients. So when you're making the reservations with us, you've got more of an expert on our side helping you with making the reservation all the way through transaction. Some of the awards that we've won, just kind of a brag sheet, but recognized by Travi, the Luxury Traveler, ASTA, thank you, Magellan Women's Choice Award, just some of the awards that we've won that we're real proud of. I'm going to get into our meetings and events desk. Well, I mentioned we've got a dedicated meetings and events desk. We've had this now for 35 years. We offer logistics management, kind of consultation and support services for meetings. So if you're working with any size group, I urge you to take advantage of this. What we go through is we set up kind of definitely a standardized approach. For any size group, we can take, what it means is you'd be working with the same coordinator from our side from quote or proposal all the way through the execution, the actual event. A lot of times, inevitably, there's changes working with groups, but we can work right with spreadsheets, and you would be working with the same coordinator. They'll help you plan, work through all of the changes and updates, and you'll be working with the same coordinator on our side right through the finish of the execution of the groundwork. A lot of times, working with the changes, you wouldn't be calling in, talking to different coordinators and saying, geez, we talked about this yesterday. I can't believe they didn't make better notes. You're working with the same coordinator. So again, any size group, and they take you right through quote through the batch billing. And like I said, we can work directly with and the same coordinator through the whole time. And some of the examples of the meetings that we already do or we can do for you: board meetings, team and organization transportation, group vacations, travel, shuttle programs, dine-arounds, association meetings, just a couple of the examples that we can do. We've got a section, this is dedicated, or this is just for the travel agency community. We call it Elite Rates. First one that we kicked off is our cruise. Again, I mentioned it's exclusive to travel agents. First one, we come up with programs and it offers discounts to your clients, but it's still fully commissionable to you. So depending on which program they take advantage of. First one we launched it's called Cruise Control. We designed, if you've got any individual, this is for your cruise clients. Say they're coming in the night before and they want to go from the airport to the hotel the night before and then the next day from the hotel to the port, or reverse that when they come back. They want to go from the port to the airport. We take advantage of this. They get a discounted rate, still fully commissionable to you. Another popular one, excuse me, and when they're coming back from the cruise and they have a layover or they've got some time to spend, they'll take an as directed and maybe do some sightseeing because it's not 6 or 8 hours until their flight goes out. They can do some sightseeing. Any as directed orders that I've mentioned, our chauffeurs will stay staged with the vehicles at all time. So all their luggage, anything they've got, purses, cameras, laptops, whatever it be, they can leave on the vehicle, and the chauffeur will stay staged with the vehicle at all times. So regardless of what they're doing, the chauffeur will stay staged with the vehicle, so anything they bring on board is safe as well. So this is just one of the examples. Another one, we've revisited all of our rates in the Orlando market in an effort to drive some business. So again, your clients take advantage of a discounted rate, but it's still fully commissionable to you. Another program that we've offered is wine tours. Very popular this year. Again, they go out as directed. So you've got a group, maybe it's 10, maybe it's 12, maybe a little bit larger. They go out to vineyards, different vineyards, and the order is as directed. So the chauffeur, again, stays staged with the vehicle. So if they bring purses, cameras, laptops, whatever it be, if they buy wine while they're at one going to another one, they can leave that on the vehicle. That's safe. That stays safe and sound with the chauffeur. So keep in mind, we've got these programs. go out as directed. These are for your clients, and again, still fully commissionable to you. Just touching on technology, we launched a website a few years back, careyconnect.com. I urge you to take a look at it. It just simply by signing on, it is your email address plus a personal password. Once you're on, we do have tech support for this if you run into it. Otherwise, we've got tutorials on the website itself to help you along. But once you start using it, you can get quick quotes, you can look at past reservations, you can look at upcoming reservations, you can pull receipts for the clients. So again, I urge you to take a look at careyconnect.com. Depending on your office, if you've got third-party integration, we've partnered with all these, pretty much everybody else. So regardless of how your office is making the reservations, we can certainly team up with you to make, if you want to get the connectivity and then book them online. But that's just another option. Any way you make the reservations, whether they're called in, maybe not the best time to mention, whether they're called in or whether they're made online, same rates, same commission. So we're not trying to steer you one way or the other. We just want to make sure that we've got every situation covered. We also have a program with Sabre Red as well. So regardless of how your office is set up, any way you can make reservations with us. As far as incentives, these are for you, the travel arranger, the travel advisor. First one I mentioned, everything is commissionable to you. All you need is your ARC, IATA, CLIA number in the reservation, and that's what drives. You don't have to register anything special. If you've got ARC, IATA, or CLIA number, you automatically include that in the reservation and you automatically qualify. All the vehicle classes are commissionable. Through the end of August, this was just announced, through the end of August, we got a bonus commission. So know that Carey services are commissioned at 10%. You'll get 3% bonus commission through the end of August, so a total of 13%. The Embark is commissioned at 5% plus the 3% bonus, total of 8% through the end of August. Again, offered for all transactions from all of our locations worldwide in all the vehicle classes. This is the travel unlimited rewards. This is a travel agent incentive. So this is just for you. If you're not part of Unlimited Rewards, I urge you to take a look at this and register for this program. It's simply by going to unlimited-rewards.com. You enroll one time, no cost to you. And then they'll issue you a 9-digit number. That's yours. And then from then on, every time you book Avis, Budget, Hilton, Carey, or Embark, that's us, you get points. Points go onto a debit card, and you can spend them however you want. I've got some fun stories as I travel throughout the trade shows. I've got some offices that literally carry the card with them and spend it as fast as they earn it. Others save it for something special for themselves. It's your money. You can do with it whatever you want. They do all the accounting, Unlimited Rewards. They do all the accounting, so you can go on periodically and see how much you have. But all the points go onto a debit card. And again, the participants, Avis, Budget, Hilton, Carey, or Embark, are participants. We give you the points, and then they go right onto a debit card, and you can spend them however you want. Ours is a unique commodity in that you book airfare, but you've flown on airlines. You book hotel rooms, you've stayed at hotels. Ours is a unique service in that not everybody's experienced our product. So we do have discounts. If you need any chauffeured ground transportation, please know that we offer discounts off both the Carey and Embark services for you. So if you're traveling to an Embark city and you want to take advantage of the Embark service, we do offer discounts, and otherwise throughout the world you can take advantage of the Carey discounts as well. Just a little bit of if you want to learn more, if you get onto Carey Connect and you have any questions or need any solutions, we've got a support desk that can offer help on working with the Carey Connect. Otherwise, any support or any solutions, you go right into our travel agency sales at carey.com. And then the last, just a word of thank you. That's my contact information as well. The title of the call was Secret Ingredient. I'd like to think we're the perfect ingredient to a perfect travel experience. But again, I thank you for participating. And hopefully if you have any questions, I've got time, so I'd be glad to answer any questions you have. Hopefully Cara's there.
Yes, Tim, thank you so much for the amazing presentation. I'll go ahead and give everyone a few seconds to type in their questions should they have any that have not been typed in yet. But it looks like somebody is wondering the difference between premium services and your specialized services.
Premium and specialized?
Yeah.
Well, premium and specialized. I was going to say Carey. I would say Carey would be, we do the meet and greet. If you've got someone that's traveling to an airport first time, they don't know their way around, both domestic or international, and they need a meet and greet, and you want them to be met by ours, I would order that on a Carey product, or a
Okay.
Carey service. Yeah, I'd like to think that we, on the Carey side, on both, but on Carey side, we definitely treat everybody the same. So specialized, or that one, we'd hopefully just have kind of one level, and our chauffeurs are all professionals, and they would treat any of your clients the same way. But if they need a meet and greet, definitely steer them to Carey.
And can you elaborate a little bit more on what exactly the Carey network is?
Well, yeah, it's sure, gladly. We're unique in the industry in that we are a network of corporate-owned and franchise locations, and there's no appreciable difference to your clients. So if they go to we've got a number of franchise locations that have been in our family for a long time. They do a great job, no appreciable difference. So when you book a Carey service, when they show up at one of these cities, they don't know they're being met by a Carey representative. They're in a Carey vehicle. There's no appreciable difference, and nor do we hide behind it. We won't come back to you if you've got a customer service issue or something. I won't come back and say, "Oh, that's one of our rogue franchisees." No, they're part of the family. They do a great job for us. We have in many locations we have no intention of changing it just because they do a wonderful job for us in these cities. And I've got a number of great stories. That they've been part of the Carey family for so long. It's just they're welcome, and they do a great job for us. And like I said, they represent us very well, and your clients are met by the same standards as they would as a corporate-owned locations. But that allows us, we've got all the touch points. We've got control of all the touch points. So as long as you book through the Carey International Central Reservations or our website, we know from your office, I touched on this, who booked, who made the reservation on our side, who takes reservation, who dispatches it, what vehicle was used, what chauffeur was used. So with our network and the way it's set up, if you come to me after the fact with a commission inquiry or a customer service issue, I can get you some resolution, as opposed to being a broker where they kind of shrug their shoulders and say, we don't have any control over that. We definitely do. We definitely do have control over that.
All right, Tim. And it looks like one of our advisors is asking, with the demand for Uber and Lyft, how can we position Carey or Embark to be a better solution?
Well, the approach I like to take is I'm actually in Chicago, so they advertise all the time. You could drive for Uber. Your little sister could drive for Uber. That's not us. So the business model we go with. Let me back up. I'll say one thing. One thing they've created is everybody now thinks chauffeured ground. Nobody calls a neighbor or a brother or sister to come in, or a cousin to give them a ride to the airport. Everybody's thinking chauffeured ground. Our business model is to go out and work with ASTA, get a preferred supplier status with them, so that we can then kind of enables us to go through their network, because it's your clients that we want in the back seats of our vehicles. And that business model, is what we want your clients back seats of our vehicles. We're not chasing everybody when they are. When you're drunk and stupid at a bar, that's not our market. When you've got a client that's going to Paris and they need a professional chauffeur to meet your client, that's us. When you've got what you consider a VIP that's getting off a cruise and they're going to go as directed, and you want a professional chauffeur with a clean vehicle to meet them, that's our client. So yeah, I mean, hopefully that answers it. We know they're out there. They've done a bang up job, but it's your call. When you know your clients, and when they need a professional chauffeur, or you're at all apprehensive, you set up a beautiful trip, and whether it be a cruise or any kind of journey, and you want them to, we train our chauffeurs. You're the first impression and the last impression on a trip. So if they get back and you're just putting them in, I mean, it's your call. But know that we are available, and if you want them met by a professional chauffeur, that's our client.
Thank you, Tim. It looks like we don't have any more questions coming in just yet, but I will go ahead and give our advisors a few more moments to go ahead and type in while we go ahead and announce our very anticipated gift card giveaways. So without further ado, drum roll, please. We would love to congratulate Mr. Dean Hopfinger. Dean, I do apologize if I completely butchered your last name on air, but congratulations, Dean. You are the winner of the ASTA $100 Visa gift card giveaway. And Harry McKenzie, you are the winner of our Carey gift certificate as well. So I will be getting in touch with both of you via email after this webinar. I'll be sure to do so before the end of the day. With that, it doesn't look like any more questions have come through. So thank you so much, Tim, for such an amazing webinar again. We greatly appreciated it. And thank you to all of you travel advisors who joined us today with our proud partner, Carey International, to learn a little bit more about them.
Cara, thank you again.
No, thank you. Have a great afternoon, everyone.